right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It's your boy, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry. I'm gonna stop saying your boy and say your man's now, because your man growing up, all right? This is kind of getting old at this point. But anyways, welcome back to another YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today's just a little bit of a discussion. I'm not really doing too much. I'm gonna be working on these patient reviews and stuff like that. So be patient with me. Have some time with me. I'm also working on a Red Dead Redemption video. I know this game is old, but there's something I really wanted to talk about. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. And I wanted to talk about not only a lot of stuff going on the channel and in my life, but I wanted to talk about the gaming industry and just something that I'm concerned with right now. So if you're clicking on this video, you really want to talk about Destiny 2 Beyond Light. But before we get into it, I posted a community blog yesterday, or a community thing on my YouTube channel, on Twitter, on Discord, anywhere I could post it. I wanted to get some opinions because I'm in a toss-up right now. I'm in a bit of a bind. I know I'm going to eventually end up playing both of these games, and the games that I'm talking about is Destiny 2, Call of Duty, and Valhalla. Now, Call of Duty is a little bit on the back burner because I said, and I've notoriously been saying all year, this is going to be the only Call of Duty that I don't pre-order, and the only Call of Duty I'm not excited for, and the only Call of Duty I haven't gotten on launch day since CoD 4. So this is going to be the first one I haven't really went out of my way to grind in the first month. And that is just because of what happened with MW and what's been happening over the last 8 years. I just want to take my time, see if Call of Duty is going to get good. And it doesn't seem like anything's really going to be happening until December 10th when the first season launches. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know exactly what's going to be out there. And what everything's going to be holding and concerning regarding Call of Duty. But again, I'm just going to be patient with it and just let everything play out because Modern Warfare left such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't want to go through that again. And moving on, let's talk about AC Valhalla. AC looks really good. Again, was a little bit concerned with it because of Odyssey and Origins. I love Odyssey. I love Origins. Odyssey was a little bit grindy. And by a little bit, I mean a lot grindy. The level gating thing just left a bad taste in my mouth. It's hard to play. It's hard to get through. The voice animations, the character animations left another bad taste in my mouth. Really good game. Love the game. But again, with Red Dead 2 coming out around that time and Black Ops 4 at the time that I was playing, I just felt like it was better for me to just go a different path with Odyssey. And I just got around to playing Odyssey, like the whole thing of Odyssey, and actually grinding it recently. So I don't want to sit here and say that I'm concerned that much with Valhalla. As long as it doesn't have level gating, microtransaction issues, and the animations are better, I don't see a reason why I wouldn't be playing that game, which is the one I'm leaning towards right now. But I want to talk again about Destiny 2's Beyond Light. If you guys are familiar with my stream, if you've been watching me for a long time, if you guys are familiar with my channels back in the day, or not my channels back in the day, but the channel back in the day, I used to play Destiny 2. I played Shadowkeep. I played a lot of the launch stuff when Destiny 2 first released. And this game has just left such a bad taste in my mouth. Every time they drop a new expansion, it feels like I'm just like clinging on to a little bit of hope because I love Bungie. I love Halo. When they made Halo, when they worked on Halo. And I think Destiny 1 really had some good fundamental stuff there to keep drawing in the player base. But ever since they've left Activision, and I was one of the proponents who thought Activision was screwing over the game, which is still on the table. I'm not saying that they aren't or they didn't or anything like that. It just seemed like this game hasn't had the same level of content as before they left Activision. If we look at Forsaken and we look at the Taken King, which were around $40, $50 expansions, they added about 9 strikes and a couple Crucible maps. And then if you look at Forsaken, it's about the same thing. And on this new expansion with Beyond Light, I'm not saying that there's anything going to be bad. I don't know yet. That's the problem. We don't get reviews with Destiny 2 Beyond Light stuff in advance. We really don't know much about going on or about what's going on. But they seem to be removing a lot of stuff and not putting in a lot of stuff. And by that, I mean they're adding or taking away 4 maps or 4 different areas, I think about 4 or 5 different areas, and they're only adding 1 area. Now that doesn't say, or 2 areas, the Cosmodrome and was it Europa? Europa, there we go. And I'm very concerned with it. It's because, yes, Europa can be a very fleshed out world, but the best thing about Destiny was going to different worlds and getting different experiences. For me, the best part about Destiny is a single player experience. And then I ended up falling in love with Gambit about to the end of the season about a month ago. I really fell in love with Gambit. So the fact that they're not adding any more Gambits and they're only adding 1 strike, it's very concerning because, again, I'm more of a single player guy, and then I venture into Gambit every now and then Crucible, something I kind of play around with. But again, you can't really get competitive with Crucible other than the Iron Banner, and you can't really take it to the next level and do tournaments and stuff like that, which, again, if you're familiar with the channel, I play competitive video games and I love taking games to the next level. If I enjoy a game, I'm gonna take it to the next level. So my concern with Destiny 2 Beyond Light is, again, not what they're adding, it's what they're not adding. And I wanted to be the one to sit here and kind of critique it because today is a big day for Destiny 2. I'm going to continue to pay attention to it. I'm going to continue to keep my eye on it. But I just don't understand how they can be offering a $50 price tag for a season, which is taking so much away from us. and taking so much things away from us. If you compare it to AC Valhalla and you compare it to Call of Duty, let's just stick to Valhalla for this topic. You get a 60-hour story, mandatory, like it's 60 hours, and that is if you don't do the side missions and stuff like that. That's Red Dead Redemption 2 style. Red Dead Redemption 2 was an incredibly long game, not because I hate it or because I don't like it or anything, just because it was incredibly long from the standpoint of if you actually took your time with Red Dead, if you actually took your time with Odyssey, if you take your time with some of these great games, The Witcher 3, Skyrim, or Skyrim's single player wasn't that great, or not single player, but the story wasn't that long. But if you take your time with these things, it's not going to be 60 hours. It's 60 hours if you just rush through it. And if there's no level gating, then it's 60 hours. Like I said, it would be around that length. But for me, it's probably going to be like 90 to 100 because I'm like literally so nitpicky with making sure I clean up everything as I go so I don't miss anything, so that when I come back through the game, I can do it pretty seamlessly, pretty easily, and I can enjoy the game as a whole and enjoy the open world as a whole at the end of the game and with New Game Plus. And just comparing it to something like Valhalla, which I'm going to easily get about 110 hours, if not 120 hours out of the game, just knowing how I play for $60 versus Destiny 2 Beyond Light, which is taking away so much and giving me something that's only $10 less. It's very concerning. And I know there's a lot of people who say, well, just buy both games. Again, that's possible, and it's there. But again, speaking for the casual gamer, which I so often do, not everybody has $120 that they want to spend, and not everybody has $120 worth of time that they can spend on it, or $110 worth of time that they can spend on these games. It's just not possible, guys. It's not something. And knowing that I'm a gamer who doesn't have the most time, I'm not like a professional reviewer. I don't go into all my games, and I don't play them, for 12 hours a day all the time. I don't think that's healthy at all. I wouldn't even do that even if I had the chance. I just feel like there's more to life than just sitting on a video game for 12 hours. Even though I like video games, I do that for, maybe a week or two at a time. There is more to life, and I do enjoy getting out in nature and being a person. You know what I mean? I'm not somebody who just spends all my time on the game. Even though I love doing that, I know it's not healthy. And even if you do that, even if you have the time to do that, how is it logical to play a game like Valhalla or play a game like Beyond Light or play a game like any single player expansion, Cyberpunk for heaven's sake, and think that you shouldn't spend the most time and get the most bang for your buck? I'm always somebody who says, if I'm going to spend money on something or I'm going to do something on it, I want to make sure that I play it. And I learned my lessons with AC, Odyssey, Black Ops 4, and Red Dead at the time, where I wasn't able to finish Odyssey to the fullest extent before Black Ops came out, and then I wasn't able to really sink my teeth into Black Ops, Red Dead, or AC Odyssey because I was just jumbled between 3 different games. I'm somebody who always says, if you want to play games and you want to do it a lot, and you want it to be your goal, make sure you have 3 games. You have a multiplayer game, you have a single player game, and you have a third game where you kind of just relax and just don't think about things and you just let it happen and you just kind of zone out. I call it zone out games, something like Tetris Effect, which I've been enjoying, or something that like Minecraft, where it's just, kind of calm, kind of relaxed. You don't got to take up too much brain power, I guess. It's just one of them relaxing games. And that's something that I'm going through right now with the drop of Tetris Effect on Game Pass, which I've been loving just so much, man. I love that game a lot. And now that it's on Game Pass, I'm able to play it on PC with higher frame rates and stuff like that. It's cool for me. You guys should know that I'm not a big VR guy. Even though it's cool in VR, I don't like it. And then still trying to keep up with Apex and Valorant, and then just keeping my eye on Call of Duty, making sure that goes well. And then want to give you guys a patient review, as well as doing stuff on Lotus and podcasts. You see where my time is going to be pulled in various aspects, as well as working in school. There's just not a lot that I can do to really sit here and play Beyond Light to the fullest, clear that out, do the raids, get invigorated about Gambit and stuff. I'm concerned. And that is exactly what my point is here, is that if you have to pick a game right now, there's a game you want to spend $60 on, and you weigh the value of Beyond Light, Valhalla, and let's just throw Call of Duty in there. Where are you getting your value? Where are you getting your bang for your buck? And then there's also Miles Morales that people are talking about. For me, I'm not really excited about that just because of the political stuff they're doing with the Black Lives Matter and everything in there. I talked about that multiple times. If you guys want that, that's cool. Do your own thing. But for me, I'm not too excited about that stuff because, again, it's this woke agenda stuff. It's just not for me. And I'm not going to go buy a PlayStation 5 for a game that has like a 20-hour campaign. And that's really the only game right now that I'm super excited for, or like super wanting to get for a PlayStation 5. Again, I haven't really talked about the next generation consoles and stuff like that. That'll be another video coming out later this week as I make my decision to see where I'm going to lean for the future. Am I going to be PlayStation? Am I going to be Xbox? Or am I just going to stick to PC and still work with Xbox on PC? We'll see as time goes on, and we'll play with that agenda, those ideas. But as far as Beyond Light goes, guys, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned because it seems like every time an expansion comes out, we get super hyped for it. We get super like, hey man, Destiny's finally going to do it right this time. We're finally going to have a bunch of content. We're going to have a bunch of Crucible maps. We're going to have a bunch of Gambit maps. We're going to have a bunch of story. We're going to have a bunch of weapons, armor, and all this stuff. And we get let down every time. And I want to be the guy to come out and say that I'm concerned. I'm not saying that it's going to be bad. I'm not going to say that it's going to be good. But I'm going to put this on the back burner. I'm going to play Valhalla. We're going to do the patient review of Valhalla first. Then we're going to roll into Call of Duty, see how Call of Duty is around December 10th or a little bit later on that. Try to grind that out for the next 2 weeks. And then we'll roll into Cyberpunk, and we're going to have to catch Destiny 2 probably in between those times, or when Destiny 2 either lowers its price, adds more content, or something changes dramatically. Which, again, guys, I'm not trying to say that Destiny is going to be bad. I'm not trying to say Destiny is going to be anything like that. It's exciting. It's exciting times. I hope everybody who enjoys Destiny as much as I have recently, I hope it gets better. I just don't see the price tag for it being just worth it. I can't see it. I can't envision in my head, being an advocate of not scheming for PlayStation, or not PlayStation, but gaming schemes and all that stuff. That's just not me. I can't advocate for getting the most bang for your buck and then go out and play something like Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and there's just not a lot of content there, which again brings me back to Cold War. I've gotten some hints that there won't be a lot of content for Cold War either. So again, I just can't be spending $70, $60 or advocating on my channel to go spend and play these games when that's the case. Again, I don't get paid to do this stuff. I'm not saying that it's upsetting or anything like that. I want to be intelligent. I want to be smart with my decisions, and I want to play games that are great and to sink my teeth into them. And hopefully you guys can agree as well. So thank you guys for tuning into the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bless up. God bless as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep your minds open. There's going to be a lot of games coming on right now. Even if I don't play the games, I'll at least watch a lot of gameplay on them, and we'll have some opinions on them. We'll talk about them, and I'll continue to stay active as much on the channel. Like I said, it's a great time. 30 days till Cyberpunk as well. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed. But see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful day. And if I hit my mic one more fucking time, I'm going to lose my damn mind.